What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, it's your homie, FuturisticMike, and I'm back with another Tyler Perry Sistas video. Now, this is going to be the review and recap for Sistas Season 4, Episode 2. If you're a fan of Sistas, hit the like on this video. If you're new to my channel and this is the first time you're finding me, subscribe and turn on those post notifications so when I post videos on Sistas, you get them. The first episode was a pretty good premiere episode. I enjoyed it. But this episode wasted no time getting to the drama at all, man. When this episode opens up, we see Andy and Fatima talking about Hayden's death. And Andy thinks, Fatima is acting weird and stuff. Andy took one look at Fatima and knew, she had more information about Hayden's possible murder. Also said that Fatima didn't appear to be shocked by the news at all. And we know Fatima's a G, man. We already know. We know Fatima pulled out a gun on Jasmine and stuff when she was attacking Andy in the parking lot before. Fatima is a G, but she refused to come clean to Andy. Even though they had been friends for a while, she just wasn't coming clean about it. But Andy finds out later. Andy reached out to Zach, called up Zach, and Zach was surprised by the news. He had no idea Hayden was killed or whatever, and he told Andy he didn't have anything to do with it. And Andy didn't seem to believe him at all. She said she was worried about Fatima, and she said she was headed to his house to straighten things out, so they could talk about it. Now, on her way to Zach's place, Andy gets a call from Karen, and Karen is just dying to spill this tea on Danny and Preston, because Preston is going out with somebody else. One of Karen's returning clients at her salon, met a white country boy who sounded a lot like Preston. This guy was coming there to pick up the woman for their date or whatever, and Karen calls Danny to give her this intel, and Danny was pretty annoyed and angry at what Karen was saying and stuff. She kind of went off on Karen and told her just to go away and not to talk to her. I do think Danny treated Preston kind of wrong in the first episode though, but she had her hands full. She's dealing with a suspected sex trafficker in her airport. I guess this guy had plans. This girl gets off of a plane and she seems scared. He was attempting to pick her up, and then the man was arrested. Danny was confronting him and stuff. She threw a shoe at him, and I have no idea how this shoe knocked this man out, but this shoe really knocked this man out. He fell to the ground off of a shoe though. I'm like, what? That's crazy. But Karen ended up calling Andy because, Danny was acting a certain way, and she just wanted to talk to one of her friends. Andy and Karen weren't really on good terms because of the whole Fatima and Zach thing, but she didn't really have anybody else to call. Andy wasn't exactly nice. She told Karen that she shouldn't have done that she shouldn't have called Danny and stuff. But Karen asked Andy if she could come to the salon and visit her, because she could use a friendly face. And Andy said, she would after she runs an errand. But she couldn't tell Karen that she was on her way to see Zach and Fatima. If Karen found this out, she would definitely be upset and mad. And, Andy's a lawyer, so she has to look out for her clients. Because at this point, we're thinking that Zach and Fatima might have to become clients of Andy's, so she can protect them. But we see Zach and Fatima talking, and Fatima is saying, look, the less you know, the better. And Fatima keeps on trying to change the subject and stuff. But Zach knew something was up, man, right away. Her body language and just her attitude and everything. He knew that she was guilty of something. And Andy thought the same thing. She walked into the house accusing Zach of the murder. And Zach swore to Andy he didn't kill Hayden. And, she turned her attention to Fatima. And she was like, look, no face, no case. Andy's talking about how she can hook them up with a criminal lawyer if they told her the truth. And Andy said, look, after that little incident of mine, I requested for cameras to be installed in the garage. And Fatima kind of lost it. She's worried. Zach seems worried. And Zach was worried that she might incriminate herself. So Zach made up a story about him and Hayden fighting. And Andy definitely saw it through Zach's lies. She didn't believe it. But then Fatima explained the situation. She said she called the hospital and Hayden wasn't dead, just badly hurt. She said that, she had a little fight with Hayden and she popped him in the nose and the mouth and she hit him a couple times. And then she said after she hit him with the brass knuckles, Hayden hit Fatima back, but she said she wanted him to do it so her boys could beat him up. I guess they beat him really bad and put him in a coma, and then they stripped him naked on the hood of his car. They really messed him up. And Fatima's just laughing about it. And at this point, I'm like, man, Zach and Fatima are meant for each other, because they were acting a fool together. You know, they were giving each other high fives, laughing, doing all kinds of stuff. These crazy fools belong together. Karen better recognize and get to stepping and never talk to Zach again, unless it involves the baby. That is, if it's Zach's baby, because Karen did not have this chemistry with Zach. It's all about Zach and Fatima, and I swear, you know, these two better stay together. But Andy told Fatima that everything she admitted to was still very much illegal, and it didn't seem like they cared, man. You know, they were all acting like they were in love, acting like some lovebirds and stuff. And Andy walked out, and they happily ran up the stairs. You know what they were about to do. They're about to break in that new home, for real. But now we see Andy get home, and she finds a car in her spot, and she's just looking like, what the hell? And, you know, she was going to leave a nasty note on there, and then Gary popped up and asked her not to do that. He was begging Andy, you know, to hear him out and stuff, but Andy said he was rude, and he was a terrible fiance, and she said she's glad they weren't together anymore. You know, she was just kind of dogging him. She said something about him bringing his therapist around her. She didn't like it. And Gary apologized and said that this new $500,000 Rolls Royce and the designer shopping bags inside of the back of the car were his way of making it up to her. He said he's going to do whatever he can to win her back. And it didn't seem to work. You know, Andy had a little bit of tears in her eyes, but she said it was too late, and Gary refused to take back all the expensive stuff. He just wants to get her back. But what do you guys think is going to happen? Do you think Andy should forgive Gary? And what do you think is going to happen with Zach and Fatima and the whole Hayden situation? Comment down below and let me know. I thought this episode was pretty good. I'll give this one an 8 out of 10. Let me know what you guys think. Comment your thoughts down below. And keep supporting your boy. And I'll be continuing to bring y'all Tyler Perry Sistas videos in the future. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And smash that notification bell so you can never miss a video. If you guys want to donate to the channel, I got links below to the PayPal and Cash App accounts. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me get out of here, y'all. It's your boy FuturisticMike, and I'll talk to you on the next one. I'm out. Peace.